I wake up at 3 a.m. because nobody is coming to save me. If nothing changes, nothing changes. That's a sentence I've been thinking about a lot lately. I'm 25 years old. I'm a college student, and right now I'm fighting to finish my degree. Not because I want a fancy title, not because I want to impress people. I'm fighting because I want to help my mother. I want to take care of my family. I want to build a life that looks completely different from the one I was born into. The truth is, nobody's paying for college for me. Nobody's paying for my rent. Nobody's buying my food. Nobody's funding my dreams. So every day I wake up at 3 a.m. Not because it's trendy, not because some motivational speaker told me to. I do it because I have no choice. I teach English classes online and in person. I tutor students in subjects I've already passed, and at the end of the month, I make just enough money to survive, and just enough to pay rent, just enough to eat, just enough to keep going. And honestly, there are days when I feel exhausted, days when I wonder if all this effort is worth it. But then I remember where I came from. I was born into poverty, bro. My father had more than 6 wives and more than 16 children. He didn't have a stable job. My mother worked on a farm. Sometimes having food on the table was a struggle. We went to school barefoot. We carried our books in plastic bags. We walked long distances and crossed the rivers just to get to class. Lunch was often boiled cassava or sweet potatoes. And before school, we still had chores waiting for us. That was normal life. That was harsh story. That was sad. I grew up in an environment where almost nobody expected success. An environment where people survive but rarely dream. And for a long time, I asked myself questions that probably many people ask. Why wasn't I born into a rich family? Why did life have to be this hard? Why do some people start with so much while others start with almost nothing? I never found the perfect answer. But over time, I realized something. I can't spend my whole life asking why, or I can spend my life building something better. That is why I refuse to quit. Not because I'm special, not because I'm stronger than everyone else, but because quitting guarantees that nothing changes. And I've spent too many years dreaming about a different future to stop now. A few years ago, I told myself things like by 25 years old, I would be financially free. I would graduate. I would change my family's life. None of those things happened yet. And that realization hurt. But it also taught me something important. The problem wasn't a lack of dreams. I had dreams. The problem wasn't a lack of goals. I had goals. The problem was consistency. I kept waiting for motivation. I kept waiting to feel ready. I kept waiting for the perfect moment. And the fucking perfect moment never came. Never came. So now I'm done waiting. I'm going to keep studying. I'm going to keep teaching. I'm going to keep creating content. And I'm going to document the journey. Not after I become successful. I'm going to do this now while it's difficult, while I'm struggling, while I'm still figuring things out. Because this channel isn't about success, it's about the process. It is about what happens before success. If you are watching this and you are figuring your own battle, I want you to know something. You don't need a perfect life to move forward. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need permission. You just need to keep going, gang. One day at a time. This is my story, and this is the beginning of a new chapter in my life. And if I'm being honest, I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm not scared of working hard. I've been doing that my whole life. I'm scared of wasting another 5 years. I'm scared of looking back at 30 years old and realizing that I kept making plans but never fully committed to them. Because I've done that before. I've started things and quit. I've made promises to myself and broken them. I've waited for motivation. I've waited for confidence. I've waited for the perfect time. But life taught me something important. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to save you, okay? Nobody's going to show up and magically change my future. Nobody's going to hand me the life I dream about. If I want a better life, I have to build it myself, brick by brick, day by day, even when I'm tired, even when I'm discouraged, even when nobody's watching. And maybe that's where you are right now. Maybe you are fighting a battle that nobody sees. Maybe you are trying to finish school like me. Maybe you are struggling financially. Maybe you are trying to start over after failing again and again. Maybe you are carrying a responsibility that most people around you don't understand. And if that's you, I want you to know something. Your current situation is not your final destination. Just because your life started one way doesn't mean it has to end the same way. I don't have everything figured out. I'm broke. I don't have a successful business. I do not have financial freedom. I do not have a luxury lifestyle. What I have is a decision. What I have is my life. A decision to stop running from my goals. A decision to stop making excuses. A decision to become the person I've been thinking about becoming for years. And that's what this channel is about. No perfection here. No showing off. No pretending my life is amazing. This channel is about the journey. The real journey. The early mornings. The long study sections. The setbacks. The victories. The failures. The lessons. Everything. I'm going to document it all. Because one day I want to look back at this video and remember exactly where I started. And maybe, just maybe, someone watching these videos will realize they can change their life too. So if you are willing to walk this journey with me, subscribe to the channel. Not because I've already made it, but because we are going to build something together. One day, one decision, one step at a time. This is day one. Let's get to work.